Next on Live at 5, a SWAT situation unfolding most of the day in Kennewick. It has finally ended. We'll tell you what all went down. Stacy?
And sunny skies, warmer conditions all through the region this weekend. It's going to feel like spring, but we're expecting some big changes next week. All the details coming up.
And Washington will receive federal money to improve the state's water infrastructure. Your news for a Thursday starts now.
This is Apple Valley News Now at 5 on your side.
Well, good evening, everybody. Thank you for joining us. I'm Austin Reed. Here's what's happening. First up, we are following up with new details in a Kennewick standoff that kept students at Westgate Elementary School inside their classrooms the entire day. Around 7:30 this morning, police started showing up to a home at Conway and 6th. By 9:30, the Tri-Cities Regional SWAT team arrived, where they spent hours pleading with a wanted male suspect believed to be in a home there. Kennewick PD tells Apple Valley News Now that a total of 13 individuals peacefully made it out of the home. 2 of those individuals were actually arrested on charges not related to this specific case. By 4 p.m., the situation came to a close after law enforcement discovered that the wanted suspect was nowhere to be found in or out of the home. Kennewick PD also says a stolen vehicle was the original culprit.
About 7:30 this morning, a KPD officer that was on patrol came across a stolen vehicle in front of a residence near 6th and Conway Street. That led to the arrest of a wanted subject and the identification of another individual we were looking for related to an ongoing investigation. That individual did not exit the residence, and which precipitated the response from our regional partners and Tri-City Regional SWAT.
Police say there is no more danger to the public, and that's why the standoff is now over. Police aren't releasing the wanted person's name or any other details at this time. Coming up new at 6 tonight, you will hear from a neighbor who lives just 2 doors away from that home in question. We have an update on the owner of the Red Tea Garden, Shu Yi Wu, who died from her injuries sustained during a robbery on February the 18th. Milton Freewater police say a warrant has been issued for the suspect's arrest. 39-year-old Emerald Pena is accused of manslaughter and robbery. Milton Freewater police say they believe that they know where Pena is right now, and they're working to arrest her. Now, the victim's daughter told Apple Valley News Now that this was not the first time this happened to her parents' restaurant. Something happened similar back in 2019.
My mom and father were actually held at gunpoint, and they were robbed back then too, and there's news articles on that. And $7,000 were stolen. And so I believe that this whole robbery thing, this was a common occurrence with my parents' restaurant. It just kept happening to them.
As for what Zoo thinks of her mother's reaction.
My mom, she worked 7 days a week, over 10 hours a day. And I just want to say, I believe that this is something that any business owner would do, You're not just going to let people walk out with your money, Obviously, if you know that they might be armed, you're not going to confront them. But this lady, she just came in, took the money, and I believe my mom was right for trying to defend what was hers and what she's worked so hard for.
Now, Zoo says they want to open the business back up and that it would be the best way to honor Wu. However, they don't have management at this time because their mother was the one that handled all the managing duties. Now, if you want to leave the family well wishes or make a donation for the funeral costs, we have a link to do so on our website, applevalleynewsnow.com. All right, switching gears, let's talk about our weather. What a gorgeous day all across eastern Washington. Stacy Lee has a first look at your forecast. Faux spring, is that still the term?
That's still what I'm saying. And yeah, Austin, it was a gorgeous day from beginning to right now. Here's a little time lapse of our sunrise this morning at 6:49. Look at that sunshine, beautiful colors on our sky cam out there this morning. And Here's what it looks like right now. More sunshine continuing to set now off to the west. It's 55 degrees. We were at one point earlier this afternoon at 59 degrees, so touching 60 or flirting with 60, I should say. Winds light at 6 miles per hour and our feels like temp 55. So soak it in, enjoy it. It is going to be a little bit cool tonight in the 30s through the area. Some of us down below the freezing level. Those temperatures will stay about the same through the weekend. So partly cloudy and quiet tonight. Nice Friday and Saturday. We're going to see some gusty winds picking up in the area on Sunday. And then we're tracking some heavy mountain snowstorms headed our direction later into the weekend and to the first part of next week. I'll tell you all about that in my first alert weather forecast. Austin?
Thank you, Tracy. The Tri-Cities Day at the Capitol started today. It's actually 2 days in a row where the Tri-Cities Legislative Council collaborates with business leaders from around our region to bring focus to the unique issues that impact our area to the state capitol. Well, today, Governor Jay Inslee and Senator Cantwell met with U.S. Energy Secretary Granholm in Moses Lake to tour 2 manufacturing facilities that each got $100 million grants under the Bipartisan Infrastructure Law. The funding comes from the Department of Energy under a battery materials processing and battery component program. The companies in Moses Lake, Sila Nanotechnologies and Group 14 invested the money into building out their manufacturing facilities. Both companies are thought to be on the cutting edge of battery technology for electric cars. Inslee, Cantwell, and Granholm joined local officials to focus on workforce development and tour the facilities. The Biden administration is putting an extra $500 million into the USDA Forest Service wildfire crisis strategy. And some of that money will be spent in Yakima and Kittitas counties. Nearly $21 million is being invested into the Central Washington Initiative. It's a plan to reduce the risk of wildfires present to communities, critical infrastructure, and natural resources in and around the Wenatchee National Forest. The money will go towards things like preventative treatments to reduce fuels, improve forest health, and build community resilience to wildfires. The EPA has announced more than $113 million for Washington to upgrade the state's drinking waste and stormwater infrastructure. The funding is part of a $5.8 billion federal program. Health experts expressed concerns about the presence of lead and forever chemicals known as PFAS in water and some locations around the state. The chemicals have been linked to different health issues, including cancer. And the spring Chinook fishing season on the Columbia River has been announced. Washington and Oregon fishery managers have approved the fishing season based on the forecast of returning fish. Although they expect fewer fish than last year and less than the 10-year average, there will still be some fishing opportunities along the river. From the mouth of the Columbia to the I-5 bridge is open daily now for salmon fishing. However, spring Chinook don't usually arrive in big numbers until late March. There are specific areas along the Columbia where Chinook fishing is allowed and regulations about sizes and daily limits. We have the full information about this on our website at applevalleynewsnow.com. Well, were you impacted by this? Cell phone service on multiple networks nationwide is slowly being restored, but tens of thousands of customers coast to coast, including right here in the Tri-Cities, woke up today to find error messages or no service connection at all, meaning no calls, no texting, and in some major cities, no ability to dial 911. This is a big deal. Laura Aguirre has the latest.
Downdetector.com was a popular website across the country Thursday as it monitored a widespread national outage impacting a number of wireless carriers, with the most occurring on AT&T's network. Some users report waking up to SOS messages. Others had no connection at all, no ability to make calls, send or receive texts, and in several southeastern states on the AT&T network, 911 service was temporarily unavailable over the past 2 days. The company telling CNN it was working urgently throughout the day to restore service to its customers, encouraging them to use Wi-Fi calling until then. The highest number of AT&T outages were reported across the Midwest, Southeast, and in Texas, according to Downdetector.com. Customers also reported some outages on other major carriers like T-Mobile and Verizon, Although T-Mobile tells CNN they did not experience an outage and are operating normally. But at one point Thursday morning, downdetector.com showed just under 2,000 outages reported on T-Mobile's network. Verizon also said it was operating normally after peaking at just over 4,000 outages in the morning. As for the why it happened, a wireless industry source says for now, there's no indication that it was a cyber attack or other malicious activity. Public safety experts say wireless network outages often occur for mundane reasons, like construction-related digging or software issues. I'm Laura Aguirre reporting.
Now we know the FCC posted on X today, late this afternoon, that its Public Safety and Homeland Security Bureau is investigating the exact cause of the outages. Stay with us for updates. All right, coming up next, strengthening community relations. Learn about today's event that aims to bring law enforcement closer to the community. Plus, an Eastern Washington business that's got a real read on the community, but it's not just surviving, but thriving. We'll explain. And let's get another live look outside. Beautiful shot from our Dust Devils sky cam. What a gorgeous day. Stacy's moving the camera so you can get a really good view of that sun as we are just getting started. Her forecast is next.
It was snowing.
Icy, foggy, a mess.
I was driving slow.
I had studs. It was hard to see. I just wanted to get home.
He was sliding right towards me.
It's spinning out of control. Slow motion. And then bam!
I got hurt bad.
Hospital bills. Insurance hassles. It was overwhelming.
So I called
Tamaki Law. Tamaki Law. Tamaki Law.
If you've been injured in an accident, call Tamaki Law.
In life's delicate moments, turn to the compassionate experts at Tri-Cities Chaplaincy. Whether it's hospice, palliative, or grief care for adults and children, we are here for you in Benton and Franklin counties. And the best part, our grief support comes at no cost to you. When life gets tough, we're here to guide you, ensuring you live your best life, even through the toughest moments. Visit us today at tccbestlife.org.
Save $1,200 on a stainless Samsung French door fridge at Fred's Appliance.
On sale for only $9.99, Fred's has these in stock and ready for pickup or delivery.
This family-sized Samsung French door gets great reviews for value, features, and design.
Update your kitchen with a French door fridge that's fingerprint resistant and on sale for only $9.99. Save over 54%.
Don't miss the savings at Fred's President's Day sale.
Want to test drive U.S. Cellular's network free for 30 days?
Yeah.
Use this app. Want to do it even faster?
Here we go.
Oh, wow. U.S. Cellular works great out here. Wow. Still have 5G here, too. Hey, I wonder if U.S. Cellular lets me stream in my rec room. Yep, it's working. Hey, thanks for the lift.
Test drive U.S. Cellular's award-winning network free for 30 days.
Now is the perfect time to get a big deal on a brand new Honda. Honda is Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com best value brand. That means deals on Pilot, on CR-V, on HR-V, on Accord, on Civic, and the rest of the Honda lineup. And right now, well-qualified buyers can get 3.9% APR financing on the Honda Pilot or HR-V. But don't wait. For big deals on America's best brand, hurry into your Southeastern Washington Honda dealer today.
Hello there. Watch live with Kelly and Mark.
Weekday mornings at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
Welcome back at 5:13. Forbes ranked Washington as the worst state to start a business in 2024 because only 59% of them would survive. A number of local businesses have closed recently, but tonight, Apple Valley News Now's Emily Goodell brings us the story of a new business that is thriving.
The traveling book bus is a throwback to the old bookmobiles, setting up in a new place every week, bringing books to the community. But it's also a model that's helping other businesses.
The traveling book bus has a little bit of everything: fiction, kids books, classics, nonfiction, young adult fantasy, and their best-selling section, romance. But instead of having one brick-and-mortar location, the traveling book bus partners with local cafes, wineries, and breweries or any other local business with enough private parking for the shop to set up.
I love discovering new places, but I feel like sometimes you need an excuse to discover a new place. So I like saying that the traveling book bus is the perfect excuse to try that winery that you haven't tried to yet.
You can find out where the traveling book bus is headed next on Facebook or Instagram. Reporting from the Yakima newsroom, Emily Goodell, Apple Valley News Now.
I love that. Emily, thank you. This morning, several law enforcement and EMS agencies gathered at the Country Mercantile to meet the community and offer a sweet treat. The event was called Coffee and Ice Cream with a first responder. Deputy Fire Chief Randy Oust says they chose the place and the event because it's similar to a hub where county and city agencies are able to meet up. WSP Trooper Brian Villanueva says that hosting community events where officers get to socialize with members of the community is really hitting close to his heart.
Yeah, it means a lot, and I love the position that I am in to be recruiting because I do a lot of community outreach as well. So just being that impact on the children like the former officers were on me, just trying to have a positive impact on them, be respectful, talk with them, give them stickers. Everybody loves stickers, so any law enforcement officer, the kids always come up to us for the stickers, and then we can enter in that conversation.
And so it's really unique, I think. You know, there's more behind the 911 calls and the 911 system, and we want to get to know our community on a different level than just in the emergency situations.
Given the success of the collaboration, Fire Chief Oust says it's likely they will have more events like this one to meet and greet the community and listen to their concerns. Now, coming up in our 6:30 half-hour newscast, our Monique Ledesma will have more on how these events can impact future first responders.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Stacy Lee.
And it's such a beautiful day. We have to look outside. Our Legends Casino Skycam in Toppenish. There's the sun going down. I'm going to step out of the way. There it is. That is Mount Adams in the background. Don't get to see that, or actually, we have not seen that for quite a while due to all the low clouds and fog, but a great looking night out there. 55 degrees right now, warm. Winds are light at 6 miles per hour. Our sun is just getting ready to set at 5:32. Let's talk about the weather pattern. Things are looking pretty good as we go into the weekend. We had that trough out here of low pressure. That's really breaking down, moving out. Ridge of high pressure is moving down. However, that's going to create sunshine and warmer conditions even as it moves to the east. Now, then you see this jet stream starting to move down from the north. That's where we're going to start to see a transition in our weather. So Saturday, soak it up. Friday, soak it up. It's going to be nice the rest of this evening. Sunday, Saturday night, Sunday is when we're going to start to see that change through the area. Let's plan your evening out. We've got sunny skies out there. Temperatures in the 40s through the Yakima Valley. We'll be dropping into 41 degrees by 8 o'clock. Tri-Cities looking good, nice and warm. Saying 48, maybe when the sun goes down, it might drop that rapidly down to 42 degrees at 8 o'clock. Walla Walla looking good out there. A little more clouds that direction, but still a nice evening overall. 42 by 8 o'clock. And checking out Hermiston tonight, we'll see some sun breaks there this evening. Partly cloudy skies, temperatures down in the 40s. Now it is going to get chilly as we're going to drop into the 30s, but not too bad. Let's take a look at our area as far as temperatures go. Cle Elum will be chilly tonight at 27. Yakima sitting right at that freezing level, just above that in Sunnyside at 33. As we move into the Columbia Basin, partly cloudy. We have some light winds. We're talking 4, 5, 6 miles an hour. 35 tonight, Tri-Cities, 34 in Hermiston. We've got a overnight low in Prosser tonight of 33. As we look towards the foothills of the Blues, Milton Freewater checking in at 34 overnight, same as Walla Walla. The cool spot in the foothills will be Pendleton, down to 32 degrees tonight. All right, the good news for tomorrow is these temperatures. First of all, let's talk about that. Double nickels for Dayton, 53, Walla Walla, 54, Tri-Cities, 53 in Yakima, and mostly sunny skies. We shouldn't have to deal with that early morning fog and those low clouds like we've been dealing with. A lot of that moisture evaporating with that ridge of high pressure. So this is the good news, and this is also a good morning for you to get up for the early birds. Look to the southeast between 5:55 and 6:30, so you got to be up kind of early for this, and you could potentially see Venus and Mars floating right next to each other telescope would be even better. So do a little bit of stargazing. You have a chance just 2 more mornings, Friday and Saturday. If you're hitting the road this weekend, it's going to be wet on the west side. Look for showers, temperatures in the 40s and 50s for Seattle. If you're heading out to Portland over the weekend, you'll have mostly sunny skies on Friday and Saturday, and then the rain moves in there on Sunday. And let's take a look at Spokane this weekend. Looking pretty mild there until you get to Sunday. Those temperatures cool off and you could see a chance of rain. Planning your day out for tomorrow, that's what it's looking like. In the 30s to start with, close to 50 by midday, kind of like today. We'll see lots of sunshine and we will hit the 50s there by the end of the day. 52 kind of hiding there in Walla Walla. So not a bad looking day ahead, Austin. I'm excited. I have your 7-day planning forecast and I'll show you those changes coming up next week.
Thank you, Stacy. Earlier I said Tracy, apparently. I didn't even know I did that. Thank you, Stacy. Well, it is an important tool in battling the opioid crisis in Washington and all across the country. Learn about it next on Apple Valley News Now at 5.
Smoke City for Less. We are open 7 days a week with now 5 locations.
Did you know Ustria Health has 3 full-time board-certified orthopedic surgeons? Pain in your hands, knees, hips, or shoulders can reduce your quality of life. Orthopedic doctors repair bone, joint, ligament, and tendon injuries, which can relieve debilitating pain. Our surgeons treat tendonitis and carpal tunnel, repair broken bones and fractures, and replace painful, worn-out joints, putting you back in motion. Ustria Health, exceptional rural health care close to home.
Life is a whirlwind. I wish I could swim. When there's disaster to deal with, who are we?
911, what's your emergency? Help is on the way.
The Chevy Silverado. With available Super Cruise connected by OnStar. Only Super Cruise lets you drive hands-free and tow hands-free. It'll help you get to the adventure energized, and it'll help drive you home. Get 2.9% financing for 72 months on all 2024 Silverado 1500 models, or get $5,000 total value on this Silverado High Country when you trade in an eligible vehicle.
See your community Chevy dealers.
It's time to play Get to Know the Raptors and Alice. Favorite food?
Pizza, duh. Ribeye steak, rare.
A bowl of cantaloupe the size of a swimming pool.
Favorite triple play attraction?
2 words, arcade. The entire Raptor Reef Indoor Water Park.
Zipline. It's great for talking with guests.
Triple Play has fun attractions for everyone, including bowling, ropes course, and many more, all attached to a cozy hotel.
Cantaloupe, really?
Steak, really?
Here are some frequently asked questions we get about Dial-A-Ride services. Is Dial-A-Ride going away? No, it is not. All Dial-A-Ride services to Tri-Cities, Benton City, and Prosser is exactly the same. Are drivers being laid off? No. If you qualify for Dial-A-Ride or want to find out if you qualify for Dial-A-Ride services, call 509-735-0160 or visit bft.org to learn more.
Now is the perfect time to get a big deal on a brand new Honda. Honda is Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com best value brand. That means deals on Pilot, on CR-V, on HR-V, on Accord, on Civic, and the rest of the Honda lineup. And right now, well-qualified buyers can get 2.9% APR financing on Accord, Civic, and CR-V. But don't wait. For big deals on America's best brand, hurry into your Southeastern Washington Honda dealer today.
Hey, welcome back. More than 111,000 people in the U.S. died from a drug overdose in the 12-month period that ended in September. That's according to provisional data from the CDC. Many of those deaths were due to synthetic opioids, but there is a new weapon in the battle against opioid overdoses. All across the country, vending machines stocked with harm reduction tools have been placed in areas where high numbers of opioid overdoses have been reported. The vending machines also offer free fentanyl test strips, small strips on paper that can test drugs for the presence of fentanyl. That's the powerful synthetic opioid that's behind most overdose deaths in the United States. Yakima introduced 2 of the vending machines last October. There's one in Wenatchee and one in Moses Lake. Advocates of the vending machines say it is a way to reduce the number of lives lost due to overdose. Well, we have a preview about what's ahead in World News Tonight with David Muir coming up in just a second.
Tonight, the race for the White House, Donald Trump's legal battles heading into the South Carolina primary, plus tracking heavy rain and snow moving into the Northeast. More Americans turn to the most watched newscast on television, World News Tonight with David Muir.
Jessica Jalor, Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest. Weekday mornings from 5 to 7.
Bathfitter does showers? That's right. We offer a wide selection of beautiful and functional showers in all shapes and sizes. We can even convert your bath into a shower. How about that? With our seamless one-piece walls and hundreds of design options, you'll get a beautiful new shower to fit your needs, guaranteed for life. Bathfitter's been around for 40 years, and we've been experts at showers for just as long. Get yours today. Bathfitter, it just fits. Go to bathfitter.com to book your free consultation.
It's a most unusual museum.
Just as wonderful as the inside is the views you can get from the outside.
High on a hill over the Columbia Gorge.
What I really love about it is the people who come.
Fly the Northwest over the Maryhill Museum. Apple Valley News Now at 6, Tuesday.
Sterling K. Brown, Danielle Brooks, Coleman Domingo.
So much talent.
Our night with the MVPs of award season. Then Joe Manganiello's dream TV gig.
I want to do this for the rest of my life.
Next Extra.
Tonight at 7:30 on Apple Valley News Now.
We're still spinning and winning with the $150,000 Mega Spin Extravaganza at Wild Horse Resort and Casino. Play with your Club Wild Card to earn entries every day. Then join us this Saturday, February 24th for a chance to be the grand prize winner during the Mega Spin finale. You could take home $5,000 cash. Wild Horse Resort and Casino. More winners, more often.
Time for a new roof? Let M&M Roofing replace it with a product so good you'll never have to replace it again. Our roofs come with the limited lifetime warranty. Never replace your roof again. And with the rain, snow, and wind comes roof damage. Don't wait till it's an emergency. Get your free roof assessment today. So if it's time for a new roof or siding, let M&M Roofing replace it with our certified installers.
Because when it's all said and done, this is the sign you'll want in your yard.
Want free college or career training? It's possible.
Now is the perfect time to get a big deal on a brand new Honda. Honda is Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com best value brand. That means deals on Pilot, on CR-V, on HR-V, on Accord, on Civic, and the rest of the Honda lineup. And right now, well-qualified buyers can get 2.9% APR financing on Accord, Civic, and CR-V. But don't wait. For big deals on America's best brand, hurry into your Southeastern Washington Honda dealer today.
Next DT, Zendaya takes her style tour de force to Seoul, South Korea.
I feel incredibly lucky.
Plus,
hi, I'm Raven Simone, and this is my ET retrospective.
Next ET.
Tonight at 7 on Apple Valley News Now.
Well, a lake has formed in one of the driest places in the whole country. The lake formed in Death Valley National Park last August after Hurricane Hilary struck. At its peak, the lake spanned 6 miles long and 3 miles wide. Several recent storms have kept the lake full, but the lake has begun to evaporate. No word yet on how long that might take.
Isn't that wild? One of the hottest places on Earth,
right?
And a lake in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, that's weird.
That's pretty wild. All right, here's what's wild too. The weather is going to change drastically into next week. Here's what Walla Walla looks like. Now look for those winds to start picking up, especially in Walla Walla this weekend, but all through the Columbia Basin and even in the Yakima Valley. That is because we have a big storm headed our direction. That's going to bring a wintry mix, especially in the places closer to the mountains. Lower elevations where it's kind of flatter and drier, not so much. Let's take a look at Hermiston. Again, we'll see the winds there, but more rain instead of that wintry mix that we're going to be seeing in some of our towns that we cover here. In Yakima, windy, that mixed precip, we could see that on Sunday, Monday. Breezy with a slight chance of rain on Tuesday. Tri-Cities, though, more than likely just going to see some windy conditions along with rain showers. It's the mountains, Austin. The mountains, they're talking feet of snow. Feet, like more than one
Yeah.
over a short period of time. So we'll keep you up to date on that as we get closer.
Well, by the way, today is National Margarita Day.
That sounds good.
So it's after 5 o'clock, everybody.
5 o'clock somewhere.
That's right. Thanks for joining us. World News Tonight is coming up next. Hoping your news is good news.
Have a good night.